Hello and welcome to Asia Gaming Brief's face-to-face series. Today we're going to be focusing on an upcoming new opening in the Philippines. The NUSTAR Resort and Casino will be opening its doors in March next year on the island of Cebu. Joining me today, I have Trevor Hammond, who is the Vice President for Table Games Operations at the resort and Business Development Head for Universal Hotels and Resorts, Ms. Katrina Mae de Jesus. Welcome, Trevor and Katrina. Thank you very much for taking the time to join us today. We're going to be talking, of course, about the upcoming opening of NUSTAR on Cebu. And I'd first of all like to start with you, Trevor, because obviously you've spent a lot of time in Macau now, one of the biggest casinos in the world. So it's going to be a big change for you. What have you noted?
Thank you very much, Sharon. Thanks for the intro. Many other of my colleagues that have actually worked here before explained to me that you need to be well prepared, well in advance. The process is interesting, to say the least, and it's a great learning experience so far for me. But we're on track, and our timelines are on track.
So when are you planning to open?
So the property opens up in March 2022. And we're on track for that opening date. It is going to be a phased opening with about 101 tables opening in the first phase and around about 800 slot machines. And then the second phase is going to be towards December 2022, where we'll open more mass tables, more slots, and then really move into the junket operations at that point in time.
Has the COVID pandemic made any changes to the way that you will configure the floor, or?
Not really for the configuration of the floor, but we certainly have to take into account that we have to apply social distancing that are, the mandated social distancing and the regulatory requirements. I think you can put 3 or 4 players per table, and then on the slot machines you also got the alternate slots it's going to open up. So we are it's really our mix is what we have to look at. How are we going to roll out the floor for those opening few months, because we do expect that the social distancing will continue through into the first quarter next year or first half of next year. Who knows? Hopefully that will start coming to an end. A year ago, we would have said everything would be fine this year, but it's not. So, yes, so we are preparing for that. I think we're in a very good position that if we do open up in the pandemic, we can only grow from there, once things improve.
So you mentioned junkets opening towards the end of next year. How do you see the resort positioned in terms of split between mass gaming, premium mass, VIP?
To start off with, we're going to have around about 20% junket. We'll have the in-house VIP, so not quite junket, but still VIP, versus about 80% of mass. And then move up to about 50-50. I think that is the industry sort of standard in the Philippines. Give or take a few percentage points, but I think we'll be around about 50-50.
And that's still, obviously that was pre-pandemic again, before what happened. You still feel that will be the likely market split?
Yes, we do.
And what other amenities? Tell me a bit more about the actual resort. How many rooms are you going to have? What other non-gaming facilities?
I think we all know that, of course, we will be offering primarily the gaming experiences, but we also took into consideration in planning the other entertainment and leisure offerings within the development. So we have 3 hotel towers. Our tower 1 will be our high-end, ultra-luxury hotel tower. Our tower 2 will be our 5-star. And then our tower 3 will be for the MICE market, as we also have a grand ballroom and a MICE facility that can cover up to 2,000 headcount. We also have our 4th-floor commercial and retail center that will be locating high-end luxury brands, both in retail and F&B. And we really take pride on that because that will be the first in Cebu City, first venue for a collaboration of brands like this. Of course, we also have pockets of entertainment within 300,000 square meter development. So we have our performing arts theater, the first of its kind as well in Cebu City, together with a theme park on the podium level of our casino building. And then on the side, we're going to be offering a marina boardwalk. As you very well know, our location is actually an island in Cebu City, so we will capitalize on that. And to top it all off, since the view there is perfect, we're going to be building an iconic structure on our Tower 1 on the 26th floor, which will be a sky deck, wherein everyone can just come up and visit and take a look at a 180-degree view of Cebu province and just lounge there.
Who will be your main source of tourists, do you think? Where will your main source markets be?
Well, primary to us, we already know that Cebu is actually the number one tourism destination here in the Philippines. Pretty much, because of the international airport that has been developed and is currently still being developed by MCIA. So easy targets for us would be our neighboring countries, so Southeast Asia, right? But we have a very strong pull from the local market. It is a jump off point to the different provinces here in the Philippines. That's why we're quite confident that, even on the western side of the hemisphere or the world, Cebu would be, their number one destination. And positioning ourselves in that location will be a great advantage for us.
Right. Obviously, there are a few other properties planned for Cebu. What's your unique selling point? Are you at all concerned about excess competition?
Yes, firstly, I think I would like to say is that for any competition that is going up in Cebu as well, I think it's most welcome. The more competition we're going to have there, it's going to really create and drive critical mass to the region. So I think it will be healthy. We will be the first IR to open up in Cebu, so that's fantastic. We've had a lot of interest already in the property from various businesses out there, various junkets. There's a lot of interest because it is a ideal location. It's not going to be just another gambling spot. It's going to be, as Kame alluded to, there's such a variety of amenities that we're going to offer. And I was down at the site last week, and I was standing on the second floor just looking out over the ocean and over the sites. It's fantastic. It's ideal, and the water is pristine, clear. It's going to be a great spot. So I think, you've got so much international tourists are going to come there. The mix of customers is going to be quite wide.
And who are the biggest tourists to Cebu at the moment?
Cebu has always been a favorite of the Koreans, the Chinese, and the Japanese, in that order. We also have a big local market, like those who moved from those countries. So they have established their footing in Cebu province. And actually not just Cebu province, but the neighboring provinces as well. So we're confident that, our traction is good in those markets, both for those who have moved here and for those who are visiting.
And you mentioned a minute ago, again, back to Trevor, junkets. You're having interest from junkets. Where are those junkets based? Are these Chinese junkets, or are you primarily Korea, Japan in that market too?
Primarily Korean junkets. And we have a local market as well. There's really quite a large local market, junket market, yes.
I'm just wondering whether you see this as being a sort of two-stage destination or as a primary destination. Will the gamers come in, go to Manila Entertainment City and come down for a beach holiday, or how do you see that working?
Okay. I'd like to answer it two ways. No, there's the casino side, which I believe Trevor can respond to, but on the other offerings, our push or our objective to promote the non-gaming facilities is just as strong as our promotions for the gaming facilities. So, I'm happy to be working with Trevor and the rest of the team who have been, subject matter experts, seasoned within their fields, who know how to market the gaming component. But at the same time, on our end, on the non-gaming aspect, we're also just as bullish in terms of promoting our offerings. There's really so much to do, not just within the property, but like around NUSTAR. 2 hours up north, you have beautiful diving places there. You go down south, there's a lot of water, like Siargao is there for other activities. So we've got that covered.
Yeah, I would say from the international market, you've got, let's say, the Koreans coming down. That is really a one-stop, for them. They won't fly through Manila to go to Cebu. It's either direct to Cebu or direct to Manila or to Clark. So those are all destinations for them. So I don't see it as a two-stop stop for the gamers. There's a lot of many players or customers from Cebu actually now travel to Manila to come and game here, and I think we're really going to capture that market by providing this integrated resort right under their on their back doors.
Obviously, the Philippines has allowed online gaming since December last year for locals. Is this something that you are considering incorporating into your plans?
Yes, we are seriously considering online gaming for NUSTAR. Yes, I think that's something that you really need to include in your offering these days. As we can see that, especially in the Philippines, the online gaming industry has managed to keep the industry alive, and there's that propensity to continue to gamble, and it's still there. So we most certainly are looking at online component as well.
Would that be live streaming of tables or just a separate standalone product that you would offer?
Well, we are looking at sports betting. We are looking at this live streaming, and of course you've got the junkets that also are very interested in that. Yes.
Thank you for joining us today. I've been speaking with Trevor Hammond, who is the Vice President for Table Games Operations at the NUSTAR Resort and Casino. I've also been talking with Business Development Head for Universal Hotels and Resorts, Katrina Mae de Jesus.